as Stephen Colbert said, we may not agree on everything, and we may not share the same opinions, but I will fight to the death for my right to fight you to the death. And I will fight to the death anyone who says this is a bad movie.
Hello, listeners, and welcome back to the podcast where we watch a movie and dare to ask the question, it's right behind me, isn't it? We are three unpaid interns who have been locked away in a basement somewhere in Hollywood and forced to churn out sequels to movies that nobody asked for. So grab some popcorn, break your arms and legs, and join us on the ground floor of Sequel Factory. I am Roger.
I am Jett.
And I'm X.
I've got you guys. You gotta let me take this one.
Hey.
Oh, for sure, go for it.
Yeah,
I just want to say,
Oh.
I just want to say real quick though, if you know the definition of the word malignant, then the twist is definitely not a shock, right?
It seems like such a random. Okay, hang on.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Don't listen to this episode of the show because
bold move. I feel
because you, the listener, have not seen Malignant. I'm not going to say if you haven't seen Malignant, don't watch this. You have not seen Malignant. And
this is banking on the
must.
idea that it wasn't a popular movie, or
It was not.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't.
And it seems everyone who has seen it does not remember any details of it, which is preposterous.
I mean, X didn't.
No, I literally didn't. But I saw this in a movie theater. I do remember going to see it. I do remember the beginning, and then back then I was telling Jett yesterday. I was kind of pretentious about movies and pretty cynical, and everything that followed the first 10 minutes of this movie would have completely turned me off, and I probably completely just forgot about it. And I will say, we watched this 3 weeks ago together,
we
and
did.
it's slowly fading. You guys are going to be jogging a lot of my memory.
Slowly's not the word I would use. However, it was one of my favorite watches because we all watched it together.
We did. I have shown the film Malignant to no fewer than 5 different groups of people now. Who have not seen it, and I've brought them in completely blind purely off of my recommendation.
Really spreading the good word.
And if there is any chance you can gather a group of people together and watch Malignant knowing absolutely nothing about it except that it's a horror movie with some gore in it, you gotta.
Just go ahead, take that chance. You might lose a friend, but were they really a friend?
But you will gain family. Because that's really what this movie is about. So, big spoiler warning for Malignant. The only spoiler warning that really matters, because
we haven't done this in a while. Sound the alarm!
We're gonna make the whole thing clear as crystal.
Yeah.
This movie has twists. This movie has turns. I don't think there has ever been a movie that feels more predictable, yet is less.
Yeah.
Sure.
But once you start getting the clues in there, you're like, what? It can't be anything else. But
You say, it can't be, and the twist cannot be anything else, but it surely can't be this. This can't be what the movie is about.
There's a moment in the movie where you're watching it and you're like, there's no way. They're not going to do that. Surely they're better than this.
Here, I want to give the definition of malignant real quick from the Oxford Language Dictionary.
Educational podcast.
According to Bing.com. And then tell me if this doesn't, like, it'll come back later. And you're going to see. Okay, so there's several. There's one that just says malevolent. The second definition here is very virulent or infectious. And then the third definition here is tending to invade normal tissue or to recur after removal. Cancerous. Contrasted with benign. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. So
Literally.
this is a film by James Wan, director of Saw, Insidious, The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle,
Death
Conjuring,
Wish.
The Devil Made Me Do It.
Wait, did he direct that
of course, I don't know. It's just not here. It's just.
Please
on
tell me you're
Google.
going to finish with Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, Fast and the Furious 9 or whatever he did.
I believe Tokyo Drift was James Wan. Is that right?
It feels stereotypy, but I can't prove you wrong. So.
No, he was one of the later ones.
It was Fast and Furious 7.
Yeah, 7.
And Aquaman.
Oh, yeah.
Can't forget Aquaman.
So this film is James Wan returning to directing spooky horror movies after his huge success with the great film Aquaman. And let me tell you, this movie is filmed like Aquaman. Wide lens angles, really like detailed, elaborate lighting setups, super high fidelity. It's a real visual showcase that does not fit the tone of the first half of the movie in any way.
No,
not at all.
No. The whiplash one might experience when watching this film, I imagined, because Jenna will sometimes do this if I'm watching a movie for this podcast. She'll kind of step in and watch a little bit of it and be like, this isn't interesting, I'm leaving, and then come back. Now with Cats, it was very obvious that I was watching the same movie whenever she came the 2 times. If she had done that with this movie, she could have walked in 7 different times and not known it was the same movie.
Because was this an anthology that you're watching?
It's same actors, sure, but they're different.
So if I can describe the experience of watching Malignant,
if you can, yes,
please.
Which you should have just had, ideally. So the movie begins with a super elaborate like opening framing sequence set in like a dark hospital, gothic-esque on like the edge of a cliff, like classic like Batman like insane asylum type locale.
Yeah.
There's some patient with terrible powers that's killing people in a room, and a doctor lady is like, it's time to cut out the cancer, and they sedate the patient and begin doing surgery, over which the beginning credits roll. This sequence ends and immediately leaves your mind.
Yeah, if you were worried about forgetting the first couple words of this movie, don't worry. Those are also malignant.
They do imply that this person in their care is a little boy named Gabriel. And then the name Gabriel doesn't come up until like 40 minutes into the movie again.
Yeah. So we follow Madison Mitchell, who is a pregnant nurse who returns home to her abusive boyfriend, who's nasty, kind of like throws her against a wall. She hits the back of her head, and then is like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and she kicks him out. And he goes and sleeps on the couch. He's a real dick, this guy.
It turns out to be the hero of this movie, I guess. I don't know.
Is that what we're gonna stick with?
Hardly.
No, I don't remember why I was rooting for him the whole movie. Maybe to be a contrarian, but
he dies in the next scene.
Yeah.
So Madison, with the back of her head like bleeding from the injury, she goes to sleep locked in her room. Meanwhile, downstairs at the night, Derek, the boyfriend, is accosted by some kind of terrible entity that acts in like classic like modern ghost film type ways.
Yes.
In the morning, Madison comes downstairs to find Derek just all like mutilated, all mangled and twisted up.
Yes.
Wait, was it the next morning, or was it like, did she hear it happen and woke up?
It's the next morning.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
it's been 3 weeks, folks.
Yeah. Following that, there's like implications that like he's upset with her because she's pregnant, but she's like had a lot of miscarriages, but like like 5 something miscarriages over the course of this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just 3, but yeah.
You know the number. That's nice.
Yeah.
She ends up in the hospital, loses the current pregnancy to a miscarriage, and ends up being terrorized by on several occasions by this sort of dark entity chasing her throughout her home.
Or at least like slightly annoying her throughout her home. I think her sister does more terrorizing than the whatever the entity is.
Right. Not many things are scarier than family.
There's a fantastic jump scare where the camera like dollies to the right and reveals the face of her sister like in the window, like staring inside the house on the second story.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, it got Roger pretty good.
Got Roger good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It actually got me.
Bumbling like a baby after that.
No, we're not going to do that again.
So we're introduced to a police officer, a detective named Kay, who is trying to investigate the murder of the boyfriend. Madison is not suspected because she was locked upstairs, and there's like no way she would have the strength to like twist up this guy's body like this. So they kind of move on. It's unsolved. Then Madison starts seeing visions of like more murders happening, being perpetrated by, in Roger's words,
oh no,
a backwards man.
Yeah, no, it is a backwards man.
The killer, the entity over this movie is a backwards man who walks backwards and moves backwards and stabs backwards. And it's, at this point you go, that's the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen on screen.
It's the most inefficient monster design, because like
it's pretty impressive though when you think about how they move, especially when they're running and shit.
Oh yeah,
I think
it's like contortionist.
Here's
stuff.
what I'll say about the movie as a whole. It has all the ingredients of a good movie, right?
Yeah.
The cinematography and the acting's okay, but
and,
like the lighting,
and it
the
simultaneously has all the ingredients of a terrible movie. And for most of it, you're trapped in this place of, am I being shown this because it's bad? Or am I being shown this because it's surprisingly good? Because it's like filmed really well, it's shot really well, but then it looks stupid and the plot is generic and there's like nothing incredibly like grabby about the characters.
And then the quote unquote twist really makes you realize that you're in a bad movie for sure.
Oh yeah, you don't find out that you're in a bad movie until the very end.
The movie, it keeps you held in this middle place.
This
the
stasis.
whole time through this first half. Like, the back of Madison's head just like keeps bleeding, and you're just like, put bandages on that.
Yeah,
girl.
go see
like,
a doctor.
Go see a doctor. Get stitches. You're still injured from this one thing. Whatever. She's seeing these strange visions of people getting killed. Mm-hmm. There's all of these like connections being made as they're being investigated, as they were all like staff that worked at this hospital that we saw in the opening sequence. The doctor is killed, who said, let's cut out the cancer. The bad guy's like talking through the radio with electricity powers.
I forgot about that.
Uh-huh. It's real strange.
Because why could they do that?
Uh-huh. What does that have to do with him being backwards? We don't know.
Yeah.
Why is the movie called this? Anyway, to make a long story short,
which we have to,
Madison starts recovering memories through hypnosis of an imaginary friend that she had as a child named Gabriel, who would try to convince her to do terrible things in classic, like, demon speaking to child-esque fashion, right? So you're like, okay, that's the bit, is that this girl is, like, connected in some way to this weird demon or ghost or demonic entity. Meanwhile, like, he's getting chased down by the detective, and how would you describe... He's like flipping around like a ninja. He's like doing backwards parkour.
Yeah.
Right.
there's like these...
To the stunt person who did these physical, like these... Because it wasn't like they shot something in reverse, right?
No.
Like, this is a person moving backwards in a chase scene.
Yeah, like if you were
However,
to walk backwards and try to make a sandwich with your hands behind your back, you'd be moving like Gabriel does in this film.
It was impressive up until the point where he throws a chair at the detective.
Yeah.
Which just looked goofy. Like, the rest of it was almost kind of cool, but the chair throw was just goofy.
There's this whole subplot. You take the name of the chair throw scene out of your mouth. That is my precious darling, my puppy, my baby.
Jett was luring us into that scene.
It's the best shot in any film. Anyway.
Superfluous.
This guy's like a ninja and seems totally physical, despite the weird brain powers.
Mm-hmm.
There's this subplot with some lady getting kidnapped from the Seattle Underground, and she's being like held in some weird factory attic with a big fan.
I forgot about the lady.
Madison is being like hypnotized, and she's remembering all these things, and then the lady crashes down through the floor and lands in Madison's
Seattle Underground.
Yes, lands in Madison's living room.
In front of the
one
police.
Of the missing people. In front of the police.
Are slowly starting to suspect Madison because they find out that she had a connection to all the people who died through like
Well, she's also predicting their deaths. Or not predicting their deaths, but like knowing that they died.
Yeah. Which then leads them to discover that she was adopted and was at a place where they all worked whenever she was younger.
Yes, she was a patient at this hospital. She was adopted by the family of her sister. And this woman who was kidnapped is Madison's biological mother, who is thought to be dead but is somehow still alive.
And who somehow looks the exact same age as her.
Yeah.
Madison ends up in jail. You're something like, okay, so this like Gabriel is like a spirit that's possessing Madison, I guess, and making her do all of these things.
Sure, that would have been more interesting.
Slowly it begins to dawn on you that Gabriel and Madison indeed occupy one body. And in a series of VHS tapes from the hospital where Madison was born and kept through most of her sort of lost memory childhood, there was a advanced teratoma, a half-absorbed twin in the womb who had like shared Madison's brain and was basically like a face and two little arms on the back of Madison's body.
It's connected to the back of her head, specifically, yeah.
Yes. So a head in the back of Madison's head. And that this is where you start to go, no.
You know what?
It's not that.
I think I literally said after the first kill that wasn't the abusive boyfriend, when you first see the backwards man, I was like, why is his face all hair? And
all hair.
Yeah. All hair in front of the face.
Yeah.
Sleeps all hair.
Face.
And this explains it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at one point, X, you had mentioned, like, you had said straight up, what was the word? Professor Quill?
Yes, yeah, from Harry Potter.
Right.
Yeah, you would speculate if it's like a Voldemort situation.
Yeah, which I swear I did not remember at all. I was making a joke, but
there's
yeah.
So you see this scene of them doing surgery on Madison and like basically cutting out all of the parts of Gabriel they can, but they can't like cut out all of him without killing Madison. So they kind of open up her skull
and push him
and
into
just kind of push this weird face into the back of her head and seal it up.
They really sweep this bird thing under the rug.
Yeah. And now this implies that when her abusive boyfriend slammed her up against the wall, it cracked her head open and released Gabriel. So if anything,
right.
Yeah, I guess he is the villain of the story.
The abusive boyfriend is a bad guy, turns out.
So while Gabriel is in a while Madison is in a holding cell, rather, and the sister is doing all this investigation and realizing what's going on, Gabriel kind of pops out of the back of her head.
Well, right.
And makes her go all backwards
by a bunch of other prisoners, I guess.
Yeah. And Gabriel just starts wrecking shop over everyone here in the holding cell, kills everyone in the holding cell backwards.
Yep.
And it turns into a absurd, buck wild, camp horror gore fest. As
all of those
Gabriel,
words are correct.
Yeah.
But I want to disagree with you, but you are right.
Yeah, I want to disagree with the horror aspect, but it's still a horror movie. But it kind of turns into a slight action comedy as these police
It sure does.
Gabriel.
Yeah, it turns into a gory action, I wouldn't say action adventure, but it turns into an utterly self-aware, I know exactly what movie I'm making here. You thought this was a bad horror movie and we didn't know? No, it's a bad horror movie and we know exactly what it is.
Do you think that the second part of this movie was hidden by James? Good old James.
It is 100% intentional.
Right.
This movie was marketed exactly like Insidious and The Conjuring.
Mm-hmm.
It was marketed like a James Wan, ghost haunting film.
I mean, this came out after Aquaman, which made $1 billion, but nobody liked.
The action scenes in Malignant are filmed in a very similar way to the action scenes in Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of really violent dolly shots and kind of
sweeping camera movements, elaborate one shot action sequences with crazy choreography, as Gabriel is taking out 30 cops all attacking him at once in this police station.
They all
while
have
doing
guns.
backwards
They've
kung
got
fu.
Batons.
At one point, Kay asks, do we call for backup? And another character shouts, call the effing National Guard!
Yes.
And then Gabriel picks up a chair behind his back, spins around 3 times, and throws a wooden chair about 60 feet across a room and pot shots 2 police officers and then runs away.
The bullpen of this police precinct was a war ground, essentially.
Yeah. He's punching his fists through people's sternums.
Mm-hmm.
It's...
and I will say, Jett, you're saying you are referring, of course, to Gabriel.
To Gabriel, yes.
Who's utilizing the body of
Madison.
Right.
Her.
Whose
face
super
is now
powered in any way.
No. She's a normal lady. But when Gabriel is sort of taken over her body, he moves backwards because his face is on the back of her head and he uses he, him pronouns.
Roger, I implore you to try throwing a chair backwards.
And that's representation.
And I promise it'll go 60 feet. Okay?
It's the best way to throw a chair.
You know what? This is what we haven't seen in physical combat sports, is that people haven't tried fighting backwards.
Yeah.
We don't need steroids. Just turn around.
Yeah. Just start throwing those punches. Try punching backwards. I'm sure there's more force there than if you go forward. I don't know.
Also, it's established earlier in the film that Gabriel can detect what Madison sees through her eyes. Why isn't he just moving forward?
I don't know. I mean, if you were the back of someone's head, I think you'd want to use your own face.
Yeah, I mean, Voldemort...
You're right. There is a bit of integrity that I'm worried about here.
Voldemort makes him turn around in the first Harry Potter to get a good
look
at him.
But he has to ask him to.
Yeah.
It's gender affirming.
Do you think this film did anything for the trans community?
Did something for me. But we don't have to get into that. That killed you.
Man, dude, that got me really good.
All right.
I will, as has been said, I think by Stephen Colbert, rest in peace, he's dead now.
Well, don't say that.
Yeah,
we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, Stephen Colbert, he's a great swimmer and he wants to be alive. Anyway.
What?
As Stephen Colbert said, we may not agree on everything, and we may not share the same opinions, but I will fight to the death for my right to fight you to the death. And I will fight to the death anyone who says this is a bad movie. A bad movie is something that fails to accomplish the messages, tone, and effect that it is trying to have.
Yeah.
Now
everyone who has ever watched Malignant reacts in the exact same ways and has a great time.
Do we know what messages they're trying to convey?
Yeah.
Yeah, fight backwards,
that solves
man.
That. Fight backwards, man.
Yeah, if you gotta fight a cop, just turn around.
Just turn around.
They'll think that you're not resisting, but then like, wham.
Then wham. With the steel chair from downtown.
Yeah. Exactly. Throw
Literally.
cheers at cops backwards. That's the message of this movie.
Anyway, so to put it in brief, the movie pretends for a long time to be a pretty straightforward, like, sort of like middle of the road spooky movie, and then takes its mask off and goes absolutely apeshit, ridiculous, absurd, campy, action horror flick. And I love it. Yeah. It's the best. And if you listen to that instead of watching it, I'm so sorry. Because they said this doesn't convey the film.
There's gonna be a divergence within the audience that there are gonna be those that hear this and think, I gotta watch this movie. And then there's others that think, like, they hear this and they think,
there's nothing appealing in any of
ever
that.
Watch this movie.
And they're wrong.
Well, when we spoil the ending, that'll really seal it for us.
Yeah.
So the
Which
movie
we have to do, of
comes
course,
to a head
because we do have to make a sequel to this.
Yeah. The movie comes to a head at the hospital where the original mom is.
Yes.
And Madison's
like, I'm gonna kill my
mom.
Right.
Yes. And then I guess Madison's sister already knows where Gabriel is headed, so she heads to that hospital and
to try to stop him.
Gabriel kills her. That was nuts.
Shoots her in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, oh.
This is after a hospital bed.
This is after the sister, Sydney, shouts out to try to reach Madison from deep inside where Gabriel's head, where he is like keeping her locked in a psychic prison. Sydney shouts out, "It was Gabriel. Gabriel killed all of your babies."
Oh yeah,
so all
she's
of
like
all
of the miscarriages were Gabriel absorbing the fetuses to get nutrients to rebuild his sort of part of her body.
Gabe fuel.
Gabe fuel. It's gamer fuel. Really, it's
what Gabe needs.
It's Doritos and Mountain Dew for him.
Baby's got electrolytes. And Gabriel needs that good baby juice.
They at the very least have stem cells. But yeah, so Gabriel he shoots Sydney in the head.
Yeah, after you see like a shot of Madison in the mine prison going like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Sydney gets shot. Gabriel walks across the room and like suffocates their mom. And she flatlines, and it's like, okay. I guess everyone dies at the end of this one.
Yeah, I guess Gabriel wins.
Pretty upsetting.
And then we realize, as the world melts around Gabriel and he appears locked in place, that Madison has learned all of the mind prison tricks that Gabriel can use, and was just giving him a vision
of what he wanted,
of all of like the last 2 minutes. But actually, she's trapped him in her mind prison.
What's the line
and everyone's
she gives?
still alive. And she's like, I can do everything that Gabriel can do. And then she lifts this heavy hospital bed off of Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
In a much less impressive way, but
because it is forward.
Yeah. This part of the movie was like, I don't know why, that's the part I had a problem with. Like the reversal mind prison, trapping your alter ego in your own brain, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever Madison was like,
20 minutes.
no, it was technically my body, so I can lift this bed too. And she does it. I was like, bullshit.
Which is like acknowledgement of like, yeah, Gabriel does have like super strength.
Yes.
And ninja powers. Like, this isn't just artistic license. He is like textually superhuman when he's in control. And so therefore, so is Madison.
I want to know how he learned parkour from inside of a brain and like no eyes. Because Madison doesn't know how to do any of this stuff, right?
I mean, unless she like binges YouTube, before bed.
Oh yeah,
she know that she doesn't know parkour.
That's true.
But she's not going to have the sort of muscle memory for backwards parkour.
She was pregnant at the beginning of the movie, so she hasn't had time.
If there's anything
to keep
harder
up with
than
her
parkour, it's backwards parkour.
Nah, if anything,
Yeah,
doing
I
it
think
backwards
probably
is easier.
The pregnancies, the miscarriages were probably either from Gabriel eating the fetuses or from all the parkour that Madison was doing.
Oh man, eating babies gives you parkour power?
The official
That's what
stance
the Democratic
of
Party
Sequel
is doing.
This is a future that liberals want.
That's why you'll see Bill Clinton at night leaping from rooftop to rooftop.
But backwards.
Yeah. Bill Clinton is...
Say what you want about Hillary Clinton and her history. She can tuck and roll.
All right.
Oh,
this is a reference to harmful right-wing conspiracy theories that I don't believe.
Thank you for clarifying that. The audience was concerned.
Yeah. But that's
I didn't want to accidentally dog whistle by saying everything out loud in a condescending
I don't think if you say it out loud, it's a dog whistle. I think it's just you saying it out loud.
You can hear a dog whistle.
But that's not the point of a dog whistle.
It sounds like...
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, if y'all didn't hear that at home, it's because you're not Republican. Okay, let's see.
That's essentially the first movie.
Yeah. That's Malignant.
So what's the second movie about?
So now we gotta think of what happens next.
I have some ideas, not for like structure of film, but in terms of like plot beats to pull from. But I would rather maybe try to add those in, because this is one of my favorite movies, just because the experience of showing it to people is always a great time. And we did, I think, have a great time watching this together.
I really enjoyed watching this.
Yeah,
with people.
Yes, yeah. It's a guaranteed good time.
We were talking the whole time and still got all the beats of it, essentially. So
it's watch it with subtitles, chat, heckle, speculate. If you have friends that haven't seen this but you did listen to this, watch it with them, invite them. It's like guaranteed for anyone who can like at least tolerate like horror movies.
Yeah. Can I throw a suggestion out there?
Yeah.
Can everybody in this movie,
let's hear
it. Be backwards? Can society have realized that being backwards is where evolution was heading, and now we live in a more robust
backwards society
because
to the Joker, this is just normal society.
Yes. In this society, the Joker's still weird, but it's because he's normal.
In this movie, the Joker shoots first and dances later.
Yeah.
So the proposition you're putting forward is that the movie will play backwards, or
is that what we were saying?
No, the people are backwards. Just like
all
Gabriel.
of the people.
Yeah.
I think this may be.
I'm trying to imagine someone sitting down backwards.
You gotta break
what does that
them
look
knees.
like? Yeah.
It's like just like Jonathan. However, Jonathan Frakes sits in chairs in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Or no, it's just like you're like pulling up to tell someone about drugs.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So you got detention,
but you still have to do the work the other way. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
for real,
all of the
what
actors
ideas do
are
we have?
backwards.
Yeah,
Okay. So how do you think this happened? Like what caused all the characters to be backwards now? Do you think?
Well, clearly they threw Madison into an asylum because they were more interested in Gabriel, and then studied the superhuman nature of being backwards, and society adapted.
The nature of being backwards.
The superhuman nature of being backwards.
Yeah.
But Madison's the only one who is still frontwards.
Yes. Which is why she's institutionalized. Imprisoned, really, but...
This runs pretty close to our concept ban list of the world taken over by insert antagonistic faction.
So it's not taken over, it's adapted to a better way of existing.
Right.
So people are willingly doing this.
But the antagonist of the last one is a backwards man, and in this one, everyone's a backwards man.
Well, everyone's attempting to be a backwards man, at least.
Yeah, they're not doing it well.
It's a health craze, you know?
Right, It's all over Goop.
It's all the housewives, trying to convince their husbands to get into it. And so you see guys struggling to hammer something backwards, but they're getting the hang of it. It eventually becomes
Top 3 tips to last longer in bed. Number 1, be backwards.
Both of you.
But
reverse cowboy.
It will definitely last longer. And pregnancy is almost abandoned at this point.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, so
never worry about evil malignant teratomas in the back of your heads terminating your pregnancies again.
Now I know we're making little jokes here, little ha-has, but
yeah,
this is kind of a pro-choice narrative we're building here. Because if Madison had never been born, then neither would Gabriel.
I guess it could be considered pro-choice, or it could be considered a oh my gosh, what is the other side? The conservative side, the right to choose.
Pro-life.
No, the right to choose your own treatment and like how you exist. You know, the anti-vaxxer stuff. Like they'll use pro-life rhetoric, but
you're pointing out the hypocrisy.
Yes, but in this case,
that's big.
It's
they're not going to get that.
No, they're not. This movie's gonna fly over those people's heads, but anyone who's ever lived in curiosity of what it's like to do things, to do parkour backwards, they're gonna get this, right? So
it's wild for a film that does so prominently deal with like pregnancy and fetuses and miscarriages and medical institutions, and even like pregnancy brought on by sexual assault, which is how Madison's mom ended up pregnant.
Right.
It is stated in the film once. It's remarkable how much it doesn't directly comment or correlate with
no, because those issues are used as tools, as narrative devices.
It's really not about that thematically.
It's not.
I would say I think this movie gives both an argument for pro-life and pro-choice, because they definitely save the baby of the 14-year-old girl that was assaulted, but then later it produced
immediately
Gabriel,
abort
so they were
the
like,
freaky thing on her back. Right?
Yeah.
So instant regret.
But
there.
also, it is a story ultimately about Madison taking control of her own body to make to live the life that she wants to live, live the life that she wants to lead, how she wants to lead it, as a sort of oppressive invading masculine force tries to take that
Damn.
from her.
Damn,
So,
that was good.
So maybe it does have a stance. It's just not textual in the like the literal,
you know what,
bits about pregnancy.
It is making us think, though, isn't it?
It is.
That's what this movie was always intended
and that's why
to do.
That's why it's an amazing film, because it inspires these kinds of thoughts.
Thanks,
Also, there's
James
a scene
Wan.
in the movie where Gabriel pushes like an old horse-drawn carriage to try to crush someone, but it misses.
Yes.
The carriage misses. That's on screen, and I didn't realize it until when we watched it.
A backwards push, and that thing had to weigh at least 50 pounds.
At least.
A horse-drawn carriage?
At least.
You know what?
At the
I'm not
very
going to
least.
correct you. It is at least 50 pounds.
Okay, so the sequel, we can scrap the backwards people. That's not working.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting. but
And X, I loved it. I love where your head's at.
No, you didn't.
yeah.
But we'll shelve that for now.
No, see,
for
that
now.
idea is a backwards Birdman on my head, and I immediately wanted to get rid of it.
Birdman.
Yeah.
Look, the whole time I'm watching the beginning of the first film, I kept, I don't know why, but I kept seeing Gabriel as like a little bird.
Like a little bird?
It's probably because when we did Paranormal Dudes, there was a little drawing of a bird woman that looked a lot like Gabriel when they finally reveal him.
Oh, yeah, that might be where that was coming from.
Yeah. All right, what ideas do you have, Jett?
But can I
the
pitch
biggest,
You've clearly
is
thought of
stupid
this for a
please.
while, so.
because I don't have any idea for a plot. I have some elements to pull that are mysteries that are
Oh.
left over in the first film.
Well, then it should be mentioned, my idea is also an element.
Okay, do yours.
Third head.
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah, there's a third one now.
On Madison.
Well, I mean, it is somewhere on Madison. We don't. I mean, it doesn't have to be on the back.
That's so true. What if there was also like a triplet that was in her palm that got pushed in? And so
I couldn't get out though because you can just slightly see it through the skin, right? It protrudes just a little.
yeah. So yeah, this character is present in the whole movie, and they're non-binary.
Oh, okay. Their name
yeah.
is like Kit.
Oh, okay. And the whole time, like, they're speaking in the first movie, but you can't hear it because it's really low in the background.
I mean, it's literally muffled by a palm. So,
Talking the whole time.
and that's not to say that that Kit is the focal point of the sequel, but you know, Kit's there.
What if there is something about... Because if we carry on, like, the idea of, like, a malignant tumor, it is something that, even though a teratoma doesn't really work like that, we can carry on the idea of, like, a malignant tumor and be that, like, Gabriel's, and then we're talking about like a real body horror type concept here. Like, Gabriel keeps trying to, like, manifest by seizing control of different parts of Madison's body, right? And like grows a new like mouth in her palm, but it is Gabriel again trying to like manifest still.
Oh yeah, we think it's someone different like Kit, and the whole relationship forms between Madison and Kit, right?
Oh, but
only to reveal that it was Gabriel the whole time.
It
Which
was
makes sense because the
Gabriel.
movie's definitely called Benign.
Oh,
The definition came full circle now.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Accidentally did
pretends
something
to
cool.
It's pretending to be a third like benign like tumor twin, but is revealed in the midpoint to actually be Gabriel.
Or at least
'Cause I think-
aligned with Gabriel. Because how funny would that be? It's like, oh, I have this other brother, and they're like kind of cool, but they're actually just a puppet for Gabriel. Not necessarily just Gabriel, but I don't know. That'd also be weird. You think the doctors would have found a palm person?
This is a brand new science, baby. We've never fucked with palm babies.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Only the back of the head.
I think a lot of the the first half of the movie is Madison trying to investigate like her past and where she comes from, specifically trying to find like who her father was, because she's got like this extra strength, like powers over like electricity can affect these objects. Like there is something supernatural going on. So I think she's trying to find if there is some origin of supernatural evil.
It can be
that
like
all of this is stemming from
a buddy investigative, like I don't want to say comedy because buddy automatically goes comedy, but it's like her partnering up with the person in her palm to find her dad and see what was up with that dude that all this shit happened, right?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So okay. So I think that's the thrust of a lot of the original stuff. Is it's a big mystery of her like talking to her mom and going on this like cross nation like search, trying to track this guy down, and over the course of it she encounters like other children by the same father who all have some freaky thing going on with them.
Crazy double-headed army.
Yes, so you could have someone with like a full second head. You have people with like limbs coming out of their bodies that like grow. And like a lot of these people are dead, so she's probably like sneaking into graveyards and like exhuming corpses.
Yeah. She goes into one of those, you know, the library where they have those like computers, but they're not computers. They're like magnifying glasses for newspapers, and she's reading about like obituaries,
like microfilms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a circus freak who had two heads, but it wasn't evil enough, so it was just kind of a show.
And I think all the while she's like, it's not enough. I'm not learning anything about this person, because you know the people that are still. And maybe it is all historical. Maybe there aren't any actual people, but she's finding these historical accounts. I don't know. But I think either way, at a certain point, she's like, it's not enough. I don't know how to get the real information. And the benign tumor. What do we call them? You said Kit.
Yeah.
It was the most. It was the most gender neutral name that I've encountered.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Kit is like, you know, if you can actually find one of the bodies of one of your dead siblings, I can pull information and show you moments from their life, right? Or how they died. Like it's like a psychometry thing, right?
Psychometry is a much better word. I was going to say memory osmosis.
Oh, Mosmosis. So Kit has this power of Mosmosis, where they can, if they get their hand on a corpse of someone, they can like absorb the like memories from their life supernaturally,
or at least someone related to them.
Yeah. So
right.
Madison starts going around and like finding all of these stories and piecing it all together, and we're approaching the midpoint, and
we lost Jett? Okay.
They end up tracking down someone who's still alive, who's in like a retirement home, like old and has like maybe a couple sets of legs and like 2 pairs of eyes. Sure, right? But they are like this retired circus freak, and they're telling their story. And this old man is like, "Oh, I've met our father."
Oh, wait, hold on. The old man has the same father?
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
so
that's the whole idea.
I was going to throw out
is that she's tracking down siblings, her own half siblings.
No, I understand.
Around the world.
How old is the father?
Okay, so here's my idea to explain
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
So,
okay.
And this might be, this might make the subject matter upsetting, but maybe this is some fucked up priest who's lived centuries and has been trying to pass on some weird gene to make like the perfect set of twins. I don't know, for the Antichrist or something. But the church has been protecting him.
Oh,
so that's why she can't find him.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yuck. Ew. That's gross. I love it.
Yeah.
That is especially like poignant with the title of the film being Benign, because that's how people see like
religious
leaders.
Yeah.
They see them as those who can do no wrong, who can do no evil, who are totally benign, but they're actually capable of
quite
great devastation.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Madison and Kit are talking to this old man, and he starts telling a story and starts like unveiling everything about this priest. And you learn that this priest had made a contract with some incomprehensible cosmic flesh entity.
Okay.
That, let's say, lives in the moon. I don't know.
It could also just be
why
the devil.
wouldn't we? Weren't there multi-headed angels? Am I thinking that wrong?
Ooh, yeah, that's a cool. No, you are wrong. There are angels with many eyes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of cherubs. Wings. They had 4 faces.
What if this priest thought he was making a deal with like an angel? Because I mean, obviously,
yeah.
The devil
it was actually in the same way Madison thought that Gabriel was the devil when she was young.
And she also finds that like all of her siblings that she's found who have passed on all have the names of angels, I guess. A lot like Gabriel.
Oh,
okay.
Gabriel!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Yo!
Were you not with us on that journey just then?
No! my mind is blown and twisted Malignant style.
Yeah, like the boyfriend at the beginning of Malignant.
Yeah, all twisted up.
Yeah, that's me right now.
Sorry.
My neck bones are splayed.
Yeah, just sticking right out. More bones than your neck has, but yeah.
So while this realization is being made, as they realize that it is this cosmic evil entity that has been masquerading or interpreted as an angel throughout all of human history, that this priest was trying to bring manifest into this world or carry on the genetics of, perhaps to spawn more angels, perhaps the Nephilim.
This would explain why Gabriel has freakish like superpowers.
That's true.
Precisely.
She's
and
part
as this
angel.
is happening, Kit begins seizing control of Madison's body. Madison starts walking forward on stomping, shaking legs, and the Kit hand is placed against the face of this old man, absorbing his life essence, and he gets all wrinkled up and shrunken.
Even more, yeah.
Even more, because he's old and gross looking, because of the elderly are like that.
Yeah, elderly are gross. We definitely have a demographic of elderly people.
Shrivels up and dies. And Kit speaks now from the hand in Gabriel's voice.
Oh no.
I only needed you to find an alive one. And he begins
what is this, TikTok?
sprouting his own limbs from the back of Madison's body, having absorbed the life essence and the flesh, and let's not forget stem cells. Gabriel creates a body for himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say he like
walks out of Madison's
separates from her entirely,
separating them. And of course, he has these like awful, gross, like flesh wings, and he's like this, like weird, like shriveled up, like emaciated, like wet thing, just like the Gabriel face.
Oh my god, I have the the equivalent of the you're not the only one who can, the mind control thing that she does at the end of the first movie. But this time they get into an epic parkour battle because she also absorbed all of his superhuman strength. So
of course, she still has him.
Yeah, so now she's capable of all the things that he is, and we get to see like some cool kung fu.
She definitely loses the first fight.
Yes.
And then she has to go, darkest moment, as we all know. First attempt against the villain fails, and then you have to sort of re-bolster to make another go at it. She goes back and regroups with both her mother and with Sydney, who she had gotten estranged from in the early parts of the movie, as they were like, you can't trust this new voice, this hand voice. But hey, you gotta hand it to Gabriel. It was a clever manipulation.
Literally.
Hand it.
Yeah.
She goes and she teams up with Sydney and her mom, Serena is her name, and they go back at it in a big final fight against.
Does she teach them parkour?
Almost definitely.
Okay, cool, love it.
She teaches them the inherent biological strength of backwards moving.
These are the first backwards people, yeah.
Because Gabriel now is moving forwards because he has his own body.
Yeah, Madison can only access her superhuman strength if she's backwards. That hasn't changed. So now we still get a backwards fight, but it's Madison this time fighting a front-facing angel demon.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
And either they kill Gabriel at the end, or they manage to get Gabriel to realize that even though he comes from this evil place and is of evil lineage, he doesn't actually have to be bad, and he can choose to be good because he's still Madison's brother.
What if,
in the end of it?
What if they find the dad? He's still alive. He's ancient, and he kind of looks like oh my god, what's that actor's name? Oh my god, at the end of Prometheus, when Waylon comes out of the little thing, he's like a decrepit old man or whatever. Kind of looks like that.
Damn, I even watched that. I don't remember who that was.
I think Guy Pearce, is that?
Was it? Oh, it was Guy Pearce,
yeah. Yes. So they find the dad, and, evil dude messing with kids and creating these evil spawns or whatever. And the final fight takes place in front of him as Madison just wants to get rid of Gabriel, this evil, and then she'll take care of the dad. But in the middle of the fight, as Gabriel has the upper hand, Sydney comes out of nowhere, blam, shoots the dad in the head, which then relieves Gabriel of all of his powers. Because I don't know, this guy is some kind of entity.
Why not?
Because he has an extra dimensional connection to this.
He's been
being
speaking to Gabriel the way Gabriel used to speak through the radio, through whatever telekinetic waves. The dad has been speaking to Gabriel and has been the one kind of leading
been telling
him,
like, you're evil, do evil. Leading him, tracking him, the nature versus nurture story, essentially, of no, Gabriel was not naturally evil. He was, groomed and manipulated into thinking this is his role.
Yeah.
As fathers tend to do, we think. I don't know. You're the only one with a dad, Jett.
Am I?
No, I have a dad, but I had it. This year was the first time I'd seen him in 15 years. So
I see.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's like a really important message there. Like we are more than what our upbringing made or whatever.
And with both of them stripped of their powers, Madison, decides to forgive Gabriel, and they sort of run away to, because obviously they're like still going to be in trouble from the law.
Yeah. Can I suggest that without the dad's little supernatural powers, that Gabriel just kind of shrivels up because he can't exist without this supernatural tether that's kind of
I want him
up.
to live. I want them to get to have the sort of sibling bond
he can
that
live.
they were never able to have.
He can live, but can he still shrivel up to like a tiny kind of
to like a tiny little like man in a jar?
Yeah, and then Madison has to carry him around. So
this is my jar boy.
Okay, sure. And then as they're like,
what's less threatening than a boy in a jar?
As they're like riding off into the sunset on a motorcycle or whatever, here comes Kay from off screen hurling a steel chair 50 yards.
Breaks the jar.
And then we hear wham, and the screen shrinks in with like a Looney Tunes aperture.
Yeah. James Wan peers through the hole of the seal. That's all, folks.
Yeah, that's all, folks. You off the movie that's the end of my career. I'm not making anything else from here on out. We did it. We made the perfect movie.
Yeah. It's actually kind of dope.
Yeah. It'd be such a funny way to end your directorial career.
Yeah, and then he retires and he's never seen again.
Yeah. He moves to Cancun.
Because it was a true story and he has to go off with his own little jar boy.
He's got a jar boy of his own.
And we should all be so lucky.
I think we did it. I think that was a pretty solid sequel to Malignant.
Halfway through, I was like, I don't know. We've been talking about the first movie for a while. The second one, it's going to start rough. It's going to be weird. And
that'll all edit down real good, though.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I think we got there.
You probably cut out about half of the first half of this recording.
Yeah.
We always get there in the end. You know, through thick and thin.
Through very
come up
thick.
with something improbably clever every time.
I'm actually glad we landed on a name really quickly.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Benign, yeah.
Yeah, names are usually pretty difficult.
All right, I as we wrap up here, I want to make a suggestion for the next movie, which of this recording would be timely, but by the time we get to it, probably not as much.
Shit.
But I want to suggest a movie that just came out on streaming, so it's accessible to if anybody wants to follow along, and it's been getting a lot of buzz, I guess, but very negative buzz. In fact, it has
Twisted Metal.
No, it has a 0%
okay
score on Rotten Tomatoes on the tomato meter.
I know what you're talking about.
13% oh my god, what is that called? Popcorn bucket score for like audience
audience
reactions.
score.
And it's Ice Cube's War of the Worlds.
Yep. Give me that tagline, X. What is it?
Oh, I don't see the tagline on here.
No, you got to read the tagline.
Okay.
It's so important.
Let me pull it up.
What?
Have you not heard of this, Jett?
No.
It looks atrocious.
Yeah, it looks absolutely awful, and apparently it is. So, hold on, let me find the fucking tagline.
But like, it's so bad that it like
oh
it's
god,
turn
I found the
corner,
tagline.
Right?
Oh my god.
The release poster says Ice Cube, War of the Worlds, your data is deadly.
Jesus Christ.
My data! No, Ice Cube!
Here,
my data!
I'll give you a quick because I haven't seen it.
Don't show me a thing.
All right, all I want to give you is the entire movie is Ice Cube sitting in front of a computer. So brace for that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Starship Troopers 3. It takes place in one room.
I can wait, but
hopefully, fingers crossed.
I can wait, but I'm not allowed to.
Fingers crossed that this is the sequel that wins us our freedom, and we don't have to watch Your Bad Bad Data with Ice Cube.
Good band.
You know what's funny, though, about the War of the Worlds thing is that it is in the public domain. So we could just make a sequel to that property.
Oh, that's true.
Which I thought of doing as a joke. But let's see what we come up with. We'll bounce off of Ice Cube for that one.
So, Jett, thank you for being here in the same basement as me. And X, thank you for being here.
Of course.
In the same
It's
basement.
actually...
I'm forced
It's
to.
actually crazy we've never watched a movie together, seeing as we are
Up until now.
canonically all in one room all the time.
We normally just sit in our own respective corners on a tablet watching.
We're on a lot of single player Jenga in those.
We're
corners.
all using one mic, and that's why we're always totally in sync with each other.
That's why the clapping helps us in the beginning. And thank you, listener,
Jett's
for
always
listening.
shouting.
That's right, Roger. That's why the clapping helps us get in sync.
Mm-hmm. It's been a pleasure doing this. And if you have any suggestions for how this sequel should have gone, I don't want to hear it. It's
But leave
been
a comment
wonder.
anyways. You're wrong, but leave a comment. If you guys have been enjoying this, you can check out some of our other stuff. Roger and I do a weekly podcast. Well, we try to make it weekly, called Paranormal Dudes. That's Normal Dudes, where we read spooky stories off the internet, as well as a tabletop RPG game.
Yeah.
A tabletop themed podcast Roger does with a few other friends called The Dirty 22, and Jett's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jett Kuso, where he
that's right.
What do you call it? Nostalgia bait?
Yeah, nostalgia. I'm doing less nostalgia bait though, actually. I need to change that tagline. I make videos about like toys and around the themes of childhood and growing up.
It's very fun stuff.
And how to reckon with that. Oh, shucks.
But
I didn't know that you well, he likes me. He really likes me.
So check that stuff out, and until next time, or we'll catch you guys next time on Sequel Factory for part 2.
The sequel.
Continued.
In the end, the malignant tumor was the friends we made along the way.
Stop.